Hello everyone. I wanted to show you I made pinwheels for dinner and yellow rice. And so for this recipe, I just put, soft tortilla flour shell. It was a medium size. And I mixed together 8 ounces of softened cream cheese and about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I'm talking about the herbs in the bottle that you get, not the packets of dressing mix for Italian dressings. When I put Italian seasoning into something, I put it in the palm of my hand and then I pinch it and I go like this into, well, in this case, into the cream cheese. And that I think breaks it up some, makes more, because it's a little bit smaller. And then it also releases the oils from the herbs in it. It's just the way I've always done it. Maybe everybody does it that way. I don't know. But anyway, I put the cream cheese all over the soft tortilla. And then I added some chopped up pepperoncini. Now, I chopped those up really small, and I drained them on a paper towel because I was afraid that the juice that's inside the pepperoncinis would make it too loose. It would make the pinwheels fall apart in these wet. So anyway, that's another thing I did. Put that on top, and then I put some salami, some Black Forest ham, some pepperoni, some provolone, some lettuce, and tomato. Now, you might say, Kendra, where's the tomato? You can see it if you look real close, but not very well. And the reason for that is I'm still learning how to use this killer. And I sliced those tomatoes. I didn't mean to. I meant to slice them thin. I'll give you that. I did mean to slice them thin, but I didn't mean to make them so you could read the newspaper through them. They were thin, thin. So one of the boys came in and said, "What happened to these tomatoes?" Because I was in the process of making the dish still, and he could see them on the plate. And I told him, and I said, "Just give me some time. I'll figure this all out." And this is only the second time I've ever used it. I used it for the first time yesterday. And so anyway, then I rolled them up, and I had 3 good-sized logs, and I put them in the fridge under a paper towel just for about 45 minutes. Then I took them out and I sliced them. And I feel like they held their shape a lot better, and I don't know why. Maybe because there's sandwich meat and cheese and the cream cheese and everything all together. I think maybe I just had the right combo this time. But they do look better than they usually do. And this is the first time I've made Italian ones too. I usually make other types. So that's that. And I've got yellow rice that I will show you next. It was a lot of fun doing this. When I make yellow rice, this is what I'm talking about. I just buy the mix. I like this a lot. It's pretty inexpensive. Not as inexpensive as it used to be. But here goes that. And you see I had some with my piece of Sammy. And then in addition, I think I'll turn a light on. Maybe a little bit. Anyway, my 23-year-old and his girlfriend... Is he 22 or 23? I can't remember. He's 22. I'm sorry. The baby took his girlfriend to the drive-in last night. So he got in kind of late because, the movies, there's two movies, and I think they ended at 1 o'clock. And he's supposed to be home at 1. And so he got home at like 1:25 or something like that. And his job is to put away the dishes every evening when he gets home. One of his chores at home. And so he did that, but because he was out so late, I had already gone to bed, and everything that was in the sink was still in the sink this morning. So I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning just because I had to wake up to go potty or whatever. And I came in here and I realized, what a mess was still in the sink. So I went ahead and did the dishes. Well, I was kind of woozy still, not all the way awake, and eyes half open. And I thought, someone has been using this sink here again as a plate, and I've talked to them before. They'll eat like chips and dip over the sink at night. Just, they'll stand around the sink as a group, chatting and laughing and eating dip and chips and dropping chips and dip into the sink. So I thought what I saw in the sink, just quickly, I didn't, like stare at it or anything. I went, ugh, one of these kids has been using the sink for a plate again. Well, I reached down to get what I thought was a pepper out of the sink. Ladies, it was not a pepper. It was a frog. And he was just as shocked to see me as I was to see him. Anyway, he went out the door. I gently I'm not afraid of it or anything, but at 4 o'clock in the morning, to put your hand down and feel a live moving wet thing was a shock. So I put him down on the porch outside, and he hopped off as quick as he could, and I hopped off the other way back in the house and locked the door behind me. So anyway, I have a real short video today. I know some of them are ridiculous long, some of them are ridiculous short, right? My grown woman with the caterpillars in her jar. I'm waiting on that thing that's supposed to arrive here, the butterfly habitat, so I can put these caterpillars in there and they can, make their little cocoon. As soon as it cools down just a little bit, and it's not doing it yet, I'm going to plant these 2 rosemary that I have here together in one pot in my container garden area, because I know that if they don't die right away, they'll live on through the winter. I had one rosemary plant last for years and years and years, and it finally died last year. So probably got root bound more than anything else. So anyway, I'm going to plant that, and then I'll have fresh rosemary with my other things that I have fresh. I took my dehydrator and I did my dehydrated basil leaves. Some of them dried really, really well, and some of them did not. And I think I need to tweak that a little bit on how many I put in there, how closely I put them together, what sizes I put in. Like, you can't put tiny with large, like that. So I'm sure it's user error, just like the tomato slicer over there, mandolin. Anyway, if you like this kind of thing, I'm so glad that you stopped by to watch. And if you feel like you haven't already, would you like to, leave me a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe, maybe even? I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye-bye.